The star of today's video is going to be this Simpson 3000 psi 2.4 gallon per minute Honda powered GCV 190. Decent quality machine, should be. Problem is, it doesn't run. Just got this one from a friend of a friend to work on. Says after sitting, it will not restart. Sounds fairly typical for a small engine these days with ethanol fuel. So I would automatically suspect a problem in the carburetor or fuel system clog of some sort with the ethanol gas. But let's not jump to conclusions. Let's give it a try and diagnose it step by step. First things first, do we have any oil? Well, we definitely have a leak down at the bottom. Let me take care of that and I'll bring you back. So much better. We got a stick there. Looks full, but because I just moved it, it could have sloshed. And we have some on the bottom of the stick. I am going to add a little bit. I have added some oil. It was a little lower than I would like to see it. Let's just see. Okay, no critters have been in there, and a nice clean filter like we'd expect on a pressure washer. There it goes. Fuel is on. Choke is out. Fuel is 3/4 full. Well, I can feel the engine's loose on the frame. That won't do anything any good. Well, before we try to get it to fire, let's fix that loose engine. That is going to create a slamming motion when it goes to fire and could crack the bottom plate of the motor there and ruin the whole thing. So let's do that before catastrophic effects occur. Got you down here with me. Looks like 1, 2, 3 bolts. Not even hand tight. And I will bring you back once we got those tightened. Well, I've got it all tightened up now. And now it won't self-destruct itself when we go to pull it. That's quite interesting. So after tipping it, it decided to start. So maybe, does this have the oil sentry shutoff? I don't believe this one does, but maybe some fuel got into the engine where it wasn't before, pouring out of the carburetor. And by the way, if you're doing a pressure washer, go ahead and hold the handle, let it spray while you're pumping. Some of these will lock up real hard and make it real difficult for you to pull. Okay, so we're getting nothing. I got some after tipping the machine over, which was kind of odd. And it may not have shown up on camera because of the angle there, but it did puff out a little smoke. So what I'm going to do is give it some fuel. I'm going to open the choke, put some fuel through, and close it again. Little pop, little pop. Okay, runs and dies. So let me give it a couple more pulls just to double check. Yep, it's now running on its own. If I give it fuel, we would expect it to run and die. And it runs and dies and doesn't go on its own fuel. So we either got poison fuel in there from sitting, or a clogged carburetor, or both. By doing the test I did, you're already verifying spark, compression, a lot of things, timing. All we did is give it fuel, give it known good fuel, and it ran. So now we got to figure out how to make it get known good fuel on its own. Luckily for us, a Honda carburetor is fairly well designed and readily available aftermarket if needed. I'm assuming this one probably isn't going to need a replacement. Maybe we just get the jets open back up and let's just see what we find here. Let's get this little vent tube. That's a crankcase ventilation there. And as you can see, the carb has already fallen off in my hand. So luckily, again, well engineered, I call it, a fuel shut off. So someone can service it, shut that off, and you'll just have a little drip instead of continual drips. Pretty smart stuff. Every manufacturer you have makes some junk and makes some good ones. And most of the GC and GX series Hondas, they're right up there with the best. I'm sure even there's been some issues over the years, but they seem to resolve them. These are the engines that the clones are based off of. Some people call them Chondas, the Chinese Hondas. The Predator series is basically a knockoff of a Honda. And there's the carburetor in our hand. It's that easy, folks. So let's open this up. KEHIN, Kehin, that's the brand. Here's the little jet up here, and then the main one would be down here. It feels like it's got fuel in it. It's got something in it. It's brown. So that's not a good sign. Let's get that opened up and see what we have. Got you on my executive workbench here. Let's see what mysteries this can hold. Oh yeah, that's like, oh, you can see the color. It's not clear fuel. Not clear fuel. It's not real chunky, but it's definitely been in there a long time, because that's supposed to be, if normally that would be just about clear. Is that coming out, or am I just slipping on the end? Oh, it's actually moving. Okay. That's the main jet I'm trying to go for. Still stuck. Trying to get it to drop out. Doesn't want to right now. Let's look at the float. Float is good. I'm looking at the needle. It's going up and down, so there's no stickiness there. Just a matter of me trying to get this jet to come all the way out. There it goes. This is what we're looking at. And there should be a hole through the middle. And I see no hole through the middle because the ethanol has closed it up, because that's what ethanol does. So we'll have to poke that open. And when we do, we'll have fuel flow. I'm not suspecting too much more problems with this carburetor. I'll pull that small jet there just so I could get some carburetor cleaner to flow through there. But other than that, I don't think I'm gonna put this in the parts washer or anything. It's not all that bad. I think it's probably just this guy. This just opens up the passage to the jet there, and whether that'll just come out or not, I don't care either way. I'll just spray some carb cleaner through it and get that open back up. This, like I said, just a little residue there, nothing too severe. Luckily the bowl isn't rusty, which could cause you to have to replace it, because you could probably clean the rust off for now, but when the engine starts jiggling around, you're going to loosen every little crumb, and if it gets up in the jet, you're going to stop your fuel flow again. So let me get some carb cleaner and a tool for poking carburetor jets open. Let's get some spray going through some of these passages. Yep, try not to rip that gasket. You could take the emulsion tube out, it's inside here. I'm not going to. Just make sure everything blows clear. See that we're getting some junk out of there, so that's good. And I'll just rinse all the residue off the metal, just so we don't get a big clog of something coming down later. Yep, there goes my gasket. Came off after all. Get our main jet. I'll put a link in the description. These are welding tip torch cleaners. Perfect for carburetors. The kit I got also comes with these little brushes, which are not small enough to go through something like this, but they're small enough to go through the inside passages. And here we go. And your object is to get it clean, not to hog it out to a new, bigger size. Can already start seeing through it. Try to get that on camera. And then we'll flush the residue. With our carb cleaner. And now you can see through it. I'm just going to go with the minimum rebuild on this. We're not going to take anything else apart. If we have to, we will, but I think it's probably just the main jet was clogged. And once that happens, that's the drinking straw for the whole carburetor, so it's not going to get any fuel. Not on the low side or the high side. Don't need to tighten that much. All you'll do is strip it out. All right, I consider that carb probably clean enough. We'll know as soon as we pull it. Putting a carburetor on is basically the same thing, just remembering that this one is for choke, the one that's farthest out, and the throttle is that one. And the throttle also receives this anti-vibration spring. On the Hondas, sometimes they all go in the same hole. On the Hondas, they do have a separate hole for the spring, which is kind of handy. Just because you don't have to fight two things going in one hole. You might be able to get it by hand. Yeah. Just turn the carburetor on the side there. And these kind of go in. And then you kind of work them till they go down. Shouldn't take any force. They should slide pretty easy. This gasket is gonna fight me a little bit because it did fall off with the carburetor cleaner on there. And it released itself. So yeah. Now the adapter, plastic adapter that's on the engine let go. All right, I'll try to do it all at one time. This gasket, carburetor, gasket, adapter, engine. Got that? I won't say all those pieces were easy to line up, but I got them. Let me put that hose back on. And the hose I'm talking about is this one. And actually, I just realized I also have the fuel line hose off. Yeah. Okay, lots of things to line up here. Forgot to put the fuel line on already. But through the magic of editing, I made it look like I didn't forget. This can go on last. Lots of pieces to get lined up here. And putting this on backwards doesn't help. I'm going to try to put both of these, get both of these fed in through the parts that I can. Okay. Now I've got this and this. I've just got to figure out which way was up. So if yours got out of place like mine did, here's how if you look at the impressions on the gasket, this was like this, tab facing up, this tab facing down. That's how it goes on the engine. The square part goes to the engine because it's designed to make a round hole go up to the square. I was hoping mine would stay together. It did not. Put one on a little bit. Oh, that one cross-threaded. That one went. Not lined up with something. torque those to whatever factory spec you find. Trying to get the hose put back on the positive crankcase ventilation system. I'm going to have to get about where you are. Come on. There it goes. Okay, now let's not forget to turn our fuel on. Let's give it a minute to make sure the float does not overflow. It shouldn't, because it looked free, but you never know. Now the fuel should be filled. Let's go for a start. I'll get you up on the tripod up high with me. So I still got the air filter off. Let's just verify that the choke works. Yes. And that our throttle moves. Good. Just so we don't have any issues with it running away if I got anything jammed up there. Okay, let me get the handle depressed, because I have every reason to believe it will run now. Yeah, full on. Let's see what we got. It's not happy with something, folks. Could it be that fuel is just dead? Oh, I don't have the choke on. I have somehow reversed the choke. In is on and off is... Okay, now let's try. Yep. Okay, I've got to take it back apart. I think I put that choke rod in the wrong hole. I saw it moving, but usually pulling out is choke, so I think I've put it in the wrong hole. And there goes all my gaskets and everything I just done. Yep, there's all the pieces. Hello. Oh, that's fun when all the pieces fall out. Yep, it's supposed to be in this hole, isn't it? And I've got it in the other one. Yeah, that would be why it's difficult to remove, because I've done it wrong. I bent it a little now. There we go. Get that bent back straight. Yeah, pull it out for choke. Push. I had it in the wrong hole. Just wasn't looking. Thought I knew. Didn't know. Let me get everything lined back up. Bring you back when I got it. One of the things I hadn't pointed... Okay, I got that back together properly. One of the things I hadn't pointed out is always run things like... There's a little clip there for that wire. Always run things just like the factory did. Because as we can see, nothing works when it doesn't. At least as far as choke cables go. But also, wires could get it chafed. And they figured out exactly where to run them to keep them safe from heat and moisture. Now let's see that the choke works properly when pulled, not pushed. Squeeze the handle, keep it squeezed. So we let the pressure out. Choke is out. On. I'm going to have to let that warm up a minute on choke. but that's working properly now. Now let's see about a restart. Take the pressure off again. Well, I think he'll be happy about that. I hereby declare that Simpson pressure washer Wildwood certified. Thanks for watching.